men who beat women like that
are going to do it again.
Kill women.
Yeah, they said that in this.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, so the most dangerous man in your life a lot of times is the man you're dating.
And you know Rob Kardashian, who's really, who knows who's close to OJ, but Rob Kardashian, who was a lawyer,
the father
of Kim Kardashian, Robert Kardashian, passed away from cancer, but prior to all this, he wasn't dying. He got recertified to represent OJ, and then they had OJ do a lie detector test, which he failed miserably. And that's when Robert was like, that's when him goes, oh shit, he did it. And they actually didn't talk after the trial.
I got to, because I became friends with Tom Lang, I got to go down to this warehouse where he had all this evidence.
Oh man, I'd love to see that.
He has the interrogation tape. It wasn't used. And if you ever want to hear a guy that is guilty, it's him. So Venetter is like good cop, bad cop. And what they did is they start going, OJ, we're fans. We love your career, the 2,000-yard season.
Stroking the ego.
Stroke the ego. And he loves that.
Because he kept messing up, right? They're like, how'd you get that cut on your hand?
Changing the story.
I've heard some of it.
Yeah.
I told you I'm a nerd with this stuff. I've heard some of this.
Yeah.
So they go,
and
they're stroking his ego, and then one of them just goes, man, you got that cut on your hand. That must suck. He goes, oh yeah, I did it. I was working, cutting some lawn, and I cut, and they go, oh cool. 20 minutes go by. And the guy goes, man, that cut looks really bad. You want a Band-Aid? How'd that happen? And OJ, in the stroke of his ego, goes, when I found out Nicole was murdered, I took a glass and smashed in the hotel room. They go, oh, interesting. So his story's like,
yeah, then it changed on the thing also where he asked the cop, that was his buddy, Ron Shipp, who said he knew it was he said it was a glass. But then he overheard him ask someone else the same question. He goes, I was chipping golf balls and I screwed up my hand. So he had 3 different stories. The guy
is all over the place.
But it's all on tape of his interrogation. It's amazing. It's amazing to know.
I had a lawyer who said that to me. He said, the good thing about telling the truth is you have to remember one story.
Correct.
When you're a liar, you got to remember all the stories.
Over and over in details, especially when it comes to a murder.
Fuck off. Yeah. Wow. It to me, it gives me such a heavy, depressed feeling.
Yeah.
It's so awful on so many fronts. I want OJ never to have done it. I want Nicole and Ron Goldman to be alive. I want the kids to be. I want him to still be doing Hertz commercials. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
He was. Don't forget, he's got everything.
He's
doing Notre Dame football. He's doing NFL games. He's got commercial. It's like
he was in Naked Guns. He was hilarious.
Do you know? It's a great Naked Gun story was that I've told before. So David Zucker did Naked Gun.
I know David.
Airplane.
Yeah, I did Naked Gun 3 or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
So basketball. David's from Wisconsin.
I love basketball.
We're all Wisconsin people are very tight.
You guys
Hollywood.
stick together.
You got with cheeseheads, and David and I love Green Bay Packers.
My dad's from Brown Deer, by the way.
David, again, Brown Deer, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is great.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Best friends. As we go to, I let Brian get. We go to David. I'm getting married, and David offers his house.
Wow.
And he walks
in Ojai?
My wife is not Ojai, but in the one in Brentwood,
right.
Which I have not been in Brentwood since the crop. I
wow.
stayed away. So David walks her down his back lawn and gave up his house. And Akeem, who I mentioned, Akeem Anastapulu, who did the judge, he married us, the courtroom judge. And it was the coolest thing to have this whole Wisconsin group and all these other people. So I did a speech, and I told David, thank you for giving us this beautiful home for nothing you gave us, and thank you more so for not inviting Nordberg. So anyways, it was OJ's character. and that's when he was alive, so I could tell the joke. And David goes, love it. Love it. My mind's possessed.
Those guys, the Zucker brothers, hilarious.
Yeah.
And the Farrelly brothers.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 directors that I've known just a little bit.
Right.
And they're great fucking guys. They're so down to earth, it's ridiculous.
You know
the guys did Something About Mary.
I know who they are.
Do you know that
Stuck
when
on
they
You?
directed Something About Mary, that was their first directing, right? I got a great story on this. They called David and asked him how to direct before that. They tell that story.
Wow.
It's an open
Well,
story.
dudes, so their family, they're Irish, the Farrelly brothers, and they're super Irish. Their dad was a doctor, and and they're just like, all they would do is fuck with each other, literally. And the brothers were they would drive their parents nuts, right? I would tell you a story where I think it was Peter Farrelly comes in. Have you heard the story? He comes in.
No, but
his dad's a doctor. They're watching Sunday morning football. His son comes in. He goes, oh Jesus, oh my God. He goes, what's the matter? He goes, my ass is killing me. He goes, what do you mean your ass? He goes, just the inside, my asshole is just really hurting. And his father goes, "What are you talking about? Why?" He goes, "I don't know, man. It's just really hurting. I can't even sit. I gotta sit like this." And so his father goes, "What? Where? Speak English. Your ass, the outside? No, the inside. My asshole." He goes, "Your asshole hurts like this, like that badly, and you just woke up?" He goes, "Yeah, I just woke up and it's killing me." And he goes, "God damn, let me see your asshole." And he goes, "No, I don't want to see." He goes, "Let me see your asshole. You don't fuck around with this stuff. Let me see your asshole." So he's watching football, and Peter like drops trowel, opens his legs, spreads his cheeks, and there's a condom in there. And his father goes, "Oh my God, God damn it, show your mom. And he calls his mom over.
I love it.
That's the family. They were just anything for a laugh, anything for a fucking laugh. They're just hilarious.
That's the old joke though. Dad, I just had sex the first time in my life. Son, we got to celebrate with a beer. I want to sit down and have a beer because I can't sit. My ass hurts.
Yeah, that's the joke.
You know, that's the
joke.
So funny.
So I did the Bill Murray has this. I golf some of those tournaments. And he has one in St. Augustine, Florida, the Golf Hall of Fame. So I did that, and the Farrellys are there.
Oh.
I told the Farrellys that story about that. I became friends with them through that golf outing, and then years ago I saw them at the Super Bowl, and it was in Houston, where New England played Carolina. So it was a long time ago, and that was kind of like I'm still out in the news and popular. So they see me in Houston at the restaurant. They invite me to their table, and I tell them the story about reading for their film. And so from that moment, like you said, these guys are just great. I would love to work with them.
Oh, they're great. They're so great.
So blessed that you get to do that.
Yeah, they just let you go, and
they're special.
Fantastic people.
Were you into true crime before all this OJ stuff, or you just kind of got put in it, like boxed into it?
I was so into it. I was into like all serial killers.
Yeah,
back to even Wisconsin, because Wayne Gacy was the.
In Chicago, but
and then we had Dahmer, which is I knew exactly where he lived in Milwaukee. Is near Marquette University.
That's right.
And so I was always like, it is fascinating this show, and you think that it's all because of how they were raised. But I think in the Dahmer case, I think like his parents were
great parents.
His dad had fantasies of
killing.
murder.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, this is serial killers have something wrong with their brain, man.
Oh,
something
no way.
happened where they get a sexual charge.
Oh yeah.
I think it's
if you
like
can do that to children or people, I mean, you're.
And I think I don't want to get political, but like transgenders, the whole Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs, they're already kind of crazy. And I think this, to them, murder is it's easy.
Yes.
And there's no.
Well, that was taken from Ted Bundy, where he would have a cast on his arm.
Yeah.
And can you help me with this couch? I mean,
oh yeah. And then
diabolical.
Yeah.
Diabolical.
And also the torch
BTK, the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
I was talking to Brandon earlier about the and don't give initials to serial killers. It gives them, motivation. It's like the bind, torture, kill.
Yep.
The KFC,
Night
they
Stalker,
kill you, put you in a bucket. RSVP killer. I can't kill you tonight. I'll be there tomorrow.
Zodiac killer.
Zodiac. I made those up.
Yeah.
But